January 19th, 2019 is when we entered the professional wrestling business with Press Start. When I think of those two words, Press Start, that means that we're ready to enter the game. That means we are ready. January 19th, 2019 is when we entered the professional wrestling business with Press Start. When I think of those two words, Press Start, that means that we're ready to enter the game. That means we are ready to show that we are number one. And that's what we did. When you get that cartridge and when you get that disc and you load it up, the first two words you usually see is Press Start. We've been in the game. But in 2023, it's not a game anymore. We went from C3 Wrestling to C3 Ultimate Wrestling for a reason. And we're going to show you guys what Press Start to. January 21st, 2023 at On the Square Sports Academy at Crown Point, Indiana. My name is Classic Alpha. And in 2023, I'm ready to press start.
Press start.
I am ready to press start.
I'm absolutely ready to press start.
The ARC says, press start.
Press start.
Press start. Man, you know I'm mashing the button. Yo, can everybody hear me? Is everybody fine?
Yeah.
Yo, can everybody hear me? Is everybody fine?
Yeah.
All right, what's going on, everybody? It is Chris Classic dropping a special interview with a special person. Here is my co-host, Samaya. Say hey, everybody.
Bye.
Yeah, that's my baby. Like I said, I'm going to hurry up and I'm going to do my promotion real quick because there's a lot of shows lined up. RK's getting his stuff set up. He's getting his stuff situated. So while we're doing that, I'm going to do my promotion thing. So, all right, this is what I got lined up. We have Out of Control. That's December 3rd. And that's at Holidays Bar and Grill in Appleton, Wisconsin. What I am in is one of the most important matches of my life. It is a title. It's me versus the Spectre, Jaden Mercer. Jaden Mercer is a different person because he is the only person that has beat me at Now That's Wrestling. So now everything is on the line for me and him. So please go see the show. 2 weeks from that, we have Street Corner Mayhem on Market Street. That's December 17th. That's Now That's Wrestling and a No Regrets Wrestling show. It's a 2-for-1 special. Like I said, doing big things in Wisconsin. So the tickets are $20. The 12 and under is $10. There's a 25-person Advent Rumble championship match. You guys want to see that? On the No Regrets Wrestling portion, I'm in a 5-way with Perfection, Percy Drews, Flex Malone, and Jaden Thumb. You guys do not want to miss this. Now, I'm going to skim through these. Now we have my show, me and my wife's show, C3 Ultimate Wrestling Press Start 2. If you guys remember, RK Savage was in the main event of the original Press Start, and he was also victorious. So shout out to Yellow Pill and everything that he continues to do. Shout out to our sponsors for the show, for Press Start. Penny for your thoughts, sweet for your soul. Cookies galore. They will be at the show. Limelight Entertainment, Limelight Comics, Limelight Entertainment, everything Limelight. Shout out to you, David, and everything you continue to do for pushing things for the youth and also pushing things from what God has appointed you to. So God bless you and the company and everything like that. Check out their website. 3 more things. January 28th is now Winter Warfare. That's in Appleton at the American Legion. Dang, girl, you have to do all that anyway. We also got February 25th is Now and Forever, very special show. That's also in Appleton at the American Legion. And we also have March Melee, which also falls in Appleton at the American Legion. And that'll happen March 25th. So like I said, it's been busy. It's been a long time since... Girl, chill. Been a long time since I've been this busy with wrestling. So I'm grateful for that. So let me cam up. Mama, I'm gonna send you upstairs. I'm gonna see you upstairs. What up, Mike? Hope everything is good. Thank you for showing up. Without further ado, I'm going to put the guest on here. Yo, can you hear me?
Oh, what's going on? What's going on,
Classic? What up, bro?
Hey.
Say hey.
What's going on?
Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, I can hear you. Just
okay,
fine.
good.
What's going on?
I be having audio issues. What's going on, brother? Man, it's good to see you, man.
Good to see y'all too, man.
Man, look at that smile, man. Look at that, man. Look at him.
Yeah,
look at the man.
Nowadays, man. I learned how to smile. Yeah.
Man, I trust me. The stuff we talked about, I'm glad to even see one from you, brother.
Yeah.
I'm glad. That's good to hear.
I appreciate
so, everybody know who you are, but introduce yourself once more time, my brother.
All right. Well, I am, a multiple time world champion, tag team champion. You know what I'm saying? I've been out for a while, but I'll still get back in there and, test somebody up if I need to. I'm the best thing going, you know what I'm saying, back then. And trust me, I'm the best thing going today. Just wait and see. That's the absolute truth. Just know that. I am RK Savage, or you can just call me Trader.
Yeah. Look. Hey, oh no, you ain't about to do all that. Anyway, looking forward to it, man. I want to get back into doing interviews, right? With wrestlers, people who have mind for the business and stuff like that. And I talked to you for the past couple of days about a lot of things, that's on wrestling shows, a lot of companies and stuff like that. And I'm like, man, usually we have a lot in common with certain things. But I was like, you know what? I think everybody needs to hear your mindset and also more about you if people have not known who you are and stuff like that, because this is the time to get to know you, because you're coming back and you making a big bang. So before anything, I do want to ask you, what got you into the business? What's made you want to say, you know what, I want to do this. This is for me. Nobody can take it away from me. And everything that you've been going through, everything we talked about, we prayed over and everything like that, you are an overcomer. You get what I'm saying? You are a very strong person, so you know that. Come on, bro. So I want you to say, why did you start this? Why you didn't stop when everything was being thrown at you, and what motivates you to keep going?
It's heavy. I ain't know it's gonna be one of those, but
I told you, man.
Well, what made me want to do this, if I'm being completely honest, y'all, I've always been just trying to find my niche growing up. You know what I'm saying? I was never, I was always a loner. You know what I'm saying? That. You know what I'm saying? I kind of still got those qualities today. And, my dad was really trying to find some common ground with me when I was younger, you know what I'm saying? Something that we can really connect with, because I wasn't really into any of the other sports growing up, you know what I'm saying? Like basketball or football, I'd watch it with him, but I didn't care, you know what I'm saying? So the Monday Night Wars, I have this vivid memory of my dad flipping through the channels, Trey, look, he was switched between WCW and then WWF, WWE or whatever. And I remember seeing Goldberg. I specifically remember seeing Goldberg, and they were doing some type of spot in the corner. I think he might have been on the ground, vividly. You know what I'm saying? He was on the ground. And then of course you slice through the channels or whatever, and then you'll see Stone Cold. And my mind at the time, my kid mind wasn't able to really comprehend. I was like, is that the same dude? Because they both had the
yeah.
I remember just thinking hold on, I need to figure this out. And then then the contact and stuff came, and so after seeing that my dad was just like really into it, and I was like, okay, this is something that's kind of grabbed my attention more so than other sports. I was like, okay, well, I'm in love with it. This is what my dad loves, and I like this too. You know what I'm saying? And then of course, you know what I'm saying, my cousins and stuff. Shout out to Bert, you know what I'm saying? You know, it always kind of starts with the cousins. You know what I'm saying? Y'all rough houses when y'all go over grandma's house and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
They watch all the pay-per-views with me. They had an uncle, Uncle Gerald, rest in peace. He used to collect tapes. He was a tape trader, so he used to collect tapes. So that was the only time I would be able to see a pay-per-view is my cousins. Like I would go over there and then they would, you know what I'm saying, show me the tape or whatever. It was the only time I would ever see a pay-per-view. I remember seeing In Your House and No Mercy that way. Those were like my very first pay-per-views. So get back to your question. I had that like kind of like already kind of implanted in my mind when I was a kid. Like maybe this is something that I could probably do. You know what I'm saying? One day. You know? But then fortunately I did get, you know, diagnosed with Crohn's disease when I was 10. That kind of derailed me a little bit. I started thinking like, well, maybe it's just not in my cards, you know what I'm saying, to be a wrestler, you know. And then I was able to overcome that in my teenage years. And once that happened, it was pretty much a wrap. I was like, oh, I can do this. You know what I'm saying? I can have a clean bill of health. There's nothing really stopping me. I know that I have a mind for this because I'm able to, I was always able to kind of like watch, kind of pick up and kind of just kind of call what the next, you know what I'm saying? And what really made me want to do this, okay, like for sure, I remember watching Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 25. I was actually over, shout out Kwame. Kwame, we was in high school.
Monster Boss.
House to watch the pay-per-view, and I remember just being so blown away by that match. I had never been that entertained. Like up until that point, I want to say I started watching wrestling around like 5. That was in like 98. I want to say that was the Undertaker and Shawn Michaels match at WrestleMania 25 was like maybe in 2009. I want to say I didn't miss an episode of Raw or SmackDown up until that point. You know, and nothing else, no other match that I had ever seen up until that point had sucked me in like that. That's when I really started appreciating the art form of professional wrestling. And I was like, oh man, if only, like I just started putting 2 and 2 together. Like if I was able to call spots like back when I was a kid and kind of get the flow of what's going on, and I have a clean bill of health now, and now I'm able to do it, and you know what I'm saying? Like I could do this, you know what I'm saying? So that's what made me want to pursue it in the first place. So I don't want to take over your podcast, man. I ain't trying to be talking to
Nah.
The question, so I'm trying.
I told you. But real talk. Undertaker and HBK's match at WrestleMania 25. That's one of my favorite matches of all time. That's one match I will watch every year, probably more than once. So I definitely understand because of it was unpredictable and everything like that. And Undertaker is my favorite wrestler. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that HBK puts on and stuff like that. And like I said, I was one of the ones also paying attention to the Monday Night Wars. My great grandfather was watching it, and that's how I got into wrestling. I saw Booker T first. You get what I'm saying? I saw Harlem Heat first, and then the Monday Night Wars. Like you said, I didn't have cable at the time. You get what I'm saying? So I used to hate going to my great grandparents' house until wrestling came on. It was my favorite spot to be.
Right.
It was my favorite spot to be. I thought they was evil. But then I grew up and I knew they wasn't evil, but we didn't have cable growing up. We had TVs but no cable. So this was what we liked. That's how I got into the game. So trust me, like I definitely understand. I remember people used to get into arguments at school on who was a better wrestler, who was this and that and stuff like that. So I definitely understand. And then even like what you go through with what you've overcome and fighting with Crohn's, like I've seen you grow from that, and I've seen you become a stronger person. And I always say that it's a testimony within you because of everything that you fight. And I just want to say that's commendable because a lot of people, not saying that they would quit, but you know, sometimes you know your body and you don't want to jeopardize that. And you know, when you went against Aaron Stone and on PSA, I love that match, but
I wasn't at my best. That's
but you wasn't at your best, and I thought you was gonna die on me.
Right, yeah. That, you know, first of all, shout out to Aaron Stone. You know, that great in-ring talent all across the board. You know what I'm saying? I had heard things, you know what I'm saying, before going into the match. And then once I actually had the match with him, you know what I'm saying, it was exactly what people were saying. Like saying he was easy to work with, you know what I'm saying? But it's one thing when like I was gone right before I had that match. So that was kind of like the marker to kind of see where I was and if I was ready to come back. And that boy put me through it. And I knew, you know, that's why I'm not back now, because I refused to put myself through something like that and to put him through something like that, you know, put a person I'm working with through something like that, to be that concerned about me, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, but anyway, he was my marker, you know what I'm saying, to see where I was. And that's how I knew I wasn't exactly ready to come back yet and take on that full schedule of a wrestler every weekend like I was doing before. Yeah. But that guy, what I'm saying is he's definitely a measuring stick. He's getting the gold stamp of approval from Arcade Savage Trey. If he don't even need it, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, like that guy is like butter on bread, dude. Easy to work.
Yeah. He's definitely collecting gold now. I know
I'm putting him over pretty hard, but at the same time, I am also claiming that I was not at my best and I still beat him. I just want to throw that out there.
I can't. I'm not going to debate you. I'm not going.
He's a great wrestler, but what does that make me?
Right. I'm not debating. I'm not debating that. I'm not debating. I'm just saying the guy. He's still young. You still young. So you guys are still growing and stuff. And like a lot of people, they're putting more respect on his name. The guy's getting booked a lot of places. You know, he's the champ. He's a champ at C3 Ultimate Wrestling, you know. So it's like I said, even between you two guys, I think you two guys, you had great chemistry and you also had a good story behind it. You know what I'm saying? You costing him as Grand Chance championship with the Battle Royal and everything like that. Him saying that you was ducking him and then you showed. You guys worked everything and did everything, and it was real. It was emotional and stuff like that. And you said you wasn't even at your 100%, and I loved it. And you know, like I said, you was going through some health problems afterwards, before my match, by the way. And I had to show General. I was like, dang, like we got to do something. But you said you was all right. You kind of cussed me out. It's okay. But
I'm sorry.
He was okay. But I'm saying it's okay. My thing is I try to make a safe environment, and you were clear from the jump what was going on and stuff like that. But even then, you just showed how strong you were as not only a person but as a wrestler, and you also didn't want to let nobody down, because this was supposed to happen in the previous show.
Right.
And then we did everything we could to have this match because I wanted to see it myself. And I'm proud of both of you guys. I think you guys really put on. So it's just like, if you can do that and not 100%, not at 100%, I can't wait to see what you can do at 100%.
And I am at 100% right now, by the way. I just want to go ahead and throw that out there.
Yes, I see the videos, working out videos, right? Yeah. No, picking and choosing is very important. Now I want to say that to you, you know that, and other people. I'm gonna send you upstairs. That's a dolphin. That's a dolphin. But anyway, picking and choosing is very important, especially with wrestling. How you want to come back, how you want to return, and stuff like that. You know, sometimes we want it to be special for us, and sometimes people don't want it to be special for them. If that makes sense. Yeah. We're putting our life and our body on the line, and I'm not saying that to complain. It's just that presentation is very important. And I want to be real with that. You know, a lot of guys want to go out and wrestle every weekend. If I could, I probably wouldn't. But I'm just saying, you know, a lot of people, when I was young and starting, I wanted to do it and stuff like that. But that does add wear and tear to your body. You miss stuff, as we miss stuff. Some stuff we want to miss, I ain't gonna lie. Some stuff we don't want to miss. So that's the kind of thing. Being a choosy person, that is okay. So I do want to say that to everybody that's in the chat that's probably thinking about this, trying to get this knowledge that we dropping gems. So
you dropping gems, man. I'm just hey
man, look, like I said, but next question. What wrestling products are you watching? Do you keep tabs on that you look at that you can't miss every time? Or if you do miss it, you got to come back and look at it.
Well, first of all, I keep tabs on everything. Like, I don't watch nearly, like, I don't keep up with the product, like, live as much as I used to. Like I said, I used to watch it religiously. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you know what I'm saying, I'm a little bit older now. I have more responsibilities. You know what I'm saying? I'm a father now myself, so like
yes, sir.
I don't have that. I don't have that leisure. You know what I'm saying, to sit down and watch it as things are happening in real time. So like I kind of just catch up with clips of things, especially like the WWE's product. I'll like watch the highlights or whatever, like the next day, or just kind of just get the feel of the show.
Me too.
But like what I'm really into right now though is like the grind,
get a cup
hunger of it all. You know what I'm saying? That excites me. You know what I'm saying? So that gets me going a little bit. So like, if I had a choice, I'm watching more MLW, like reality of wrestling. I'm watching Impact. I'm watching the guys that's home. And GCW. Even if they're comfortable where they are, there is this sense of I need to go out there and improve something, not only to these people, but to myself, that I'm worth the time. You know what I'm saying? I'm not throwing no shots to nobody, at all, but opposed to like the main product like WWE or anything, it's more so of like they're fulfilling a quota, or that's what they're there for, to do a job. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of those wrestlers over there, they kind of just get stuck in that and caught up in it. Like, well, I made it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm living a dream. Hey, and that's fine, because that's, at the end of the day, that's why we're doing it. But it's just something a little bit more to it from the guys on the indies, I guess you could say. A little bit more passionate, a little bit more authentic for me, to actually sit there and watch them battle it out in a match, because they want to make sure, that they're proving their worth,
Yeah.
They want to make sure whatever it is that they're getting paid at the end of the night, that they deserved it, you know what I'm saying? Or more,
Yeah.
So, you can see that. You can see that in the wrestling, and that stuff excites me. Yeah, it really does.
Yeah, I agree with that. With, let's say, the main two companies in America, some don't take, I hate to say it, I'm gonna just be real. It's called Taking Home Podcast, so I gotta be real. I do feel like some people's grind
hell no, you over there. I'm still trying to get a job, right?
I said it. I said it. I'm not name dropping. But I do feel like some of the grind and the passion isn't there. Now, that could be because they feel like they made it, like you said, and they probably don't like the position in the company. Hey, I want you to do something. Me, if I'm told to do something, there's only a few times where I said I wasn't doing it. But if I'm doing it, I'm giving 100%. You get what I'm saying? It might work for me. That may be my test to get where I want to be. You get what I'm saying? Nowadays, with social media, Twitter, MySpace, and all of this stuff, you can literally put up a lie and people will support it. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
About people fighting and backstage. And I heard from Naomi's hairstylist cousin, ex-boyfriend, that Naomi did this, and people run with it.
It's out of control. Anybody can say anything, and all you need is one person to follow along. You know what? That makes sense to me. You know what? Let's go with that. And then everybody's just going to follow it. Yeah,
so I do think that, especially on the independent circuit, you do see, I hate to see it, you see some horrible stuff that shouldn't happen. Then you also see people who are hungry, who wants to build from the ground up, who takes this business seriously. And if they do get signed, they won't be compromised to just be comfortable where they at. Like I said, you know, you got a lot of people on social media, and that's all they do, and they're supposed to be wrestling, and they're supposed to be this and that. So I definitely understand. Like I said, reality of wrestling, I love it. There's some dope people there. MLW, dope people there. I watch Dark a lot, AW Dark, because some guys we know, Sasha Jordan,
and
a lot of other people.
Oh, big shout out to my guy. Big shout out to him. Everybody know our history or whatever. But I will say though, like as far as Dark go, like it's kind of hard for me personally to tune in every week when they do it, because the matches are so quick.
Yeah.
Like, I know already that, you know what I'm saying? I already know that this guy is going to lose, but I wish that there was a little bit more time for the people we haven't heard of to get a little bit more in, you know what I'm saying? Just a little bit. I'm not saying that it needs to be a back and forth matchup or anything like that, because I completely understand the point is to get the talent, the sign talent over on that show. But I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like there's a miscue with everyone trying to get on Dark to get squashed in less than 20 seconds. You know what I'm saying? Like, probably less than that. I've seen matches, they make the entrance, bell ring, 1, 2, 3. That's the whole thing right there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a Lance Archer match.
Hey, he be messing people up, bro. Yeah,
but to me,
that makes sense.
It makes sense, right? It makes sense.
But like, if I don't want to talk too much, bro, but like it's some things on there though that I feel like it needs, in order for us for things to be believable, because at the end of the day, this is what we're doing, right? We're trying to make you believe this is what's going on, right? At the end of the day, if I just seen 2 or 3 other guys that I hadn't heard of before on the same show get squashed by some guys that I know are signed on the show, why would I care about the rest of what's going on the show? You know, I know that the signed talent is going to go over. You know what I'm saying? If I do know that, I would like to see somebody like, okay, well, who is going to be this unsigned talent that's going to pop me tonight with the most fight? You know, who's going to be the one to give one of these guys a little bit more than the rest of these unsigned talents are giving these guys? You know, like I feel like I need to have some type of reward or some type of I would like a payoff for being a fan watching that show, because at the end of the day, that's what I am. I am a fan of professional wrestling. You know, I want to be able. I would like to see an unsigned talent beat a signed guy just at a surprise one day. You know what I'm saying? Because that signed talent is too cocky or slipped up, you know, for a millisecond on the wrong person. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like the show needs just a little bit more merit in that regard. You know.
No, I understand. But the thing is, you know, I know it says it's called Dark, so like dark matches. So I know some people are going to defend that, but I'm like, the thing is, they're televised on YouTube. Dark, really. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, and you do have like, you do have a couple people that do. He said dim matches. You do have some people that eventually did get signed, like Willow Nightingale and Sky Blue, I believe. You know, these 2 women have been wrestling, have been on it for a while, and then like they finally got it. Mm-hmm. But you do have guys like, I hate to say it because I'll be watching Dark a lot. There's a guy named Ryzen. I remember him. He's not there a lot, but he used to lose a lot. Matty Rinkowski. Like I'll be watching it. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So I definitely do understand because it is predictable. I think one person who did great on Dark that was signed but had great matches was Adam Cole when he was actually on it for a couple times. Like, he made the person he went against look like a star, like they was about to sign this man. And I think he's part of the Gates of Agony thing, the ROH thing, but I don't know if he's signed all the way. So
okay, well then that's an example of what I would like to see on that show more, you know.
Yeah, I think Adam Cole did a great job. I think Swole and Diamante, they had like was it a knockout match or something? It was like a main event. I think they did good. Like, it's like maybe 1 out of every 100. Now that's not good, but I definitely get it. I wanted to touch on Martel's statement. He said, I can be hungry and aggressive on the local indie scene, but that may rub the right people the wrong way. One side. True. You know, but I think that people have to understand that, you're not going to do everything you want to do in life and even at your job. You get what I'm saying? Unless it compromises your beliefs, or maybe you're very strong on the beliefs, you have to understand that there are consequences. I know Martell knows there's consequences. There are consequences for it. You know, sometimes people get another chance. Sometimes people do get let go. It's like the give or take in the business. So a lot of people will be like, hey, I'll do anything to be on WWE. Hey, if you want me to do this, I don't believe in that. I'll do it. It's just TV. I hate saying it like that. I hate even, you know, how we, you know, but some people will do that, you know, and that's why I say, I'm like, you know, I'm gonna keep it real. Like, if I don't like something, I get on Facebook, I get on YouTube, I'll talk about it with guys on lives and stuff. If I don't like it, I don't like it, because I'm not trying to impress nobody. You know, sometimes I agree with people, sometimes they disagree with me. But what I'm not going to do is call them out their name, call them this and that. And it's stupid to me, right? It's stupid to me.
Everybody is entitled to their own opinion, and we all know that. But I feel like in the world that me and you know so well, you know what I'm saying, Martell too, you know, we got some petty people lurking, you know what I'm saying? They'll hold you to what you're saying, even if it's truth or not. You know what I'm saying? You could be 100% correct, but if they just didn't like your tone or the way you said it, they'll start thinking like, well, who do he think he is? You know, you could be completely right. You know what I'm saying? But it's the fact of like, this guy has no merit. Why does he feel like he get to make this this observation or get to have this opinion, even though you can be 100% right and they can judge you off of that and, you know, pretty much try not to cuss, mess up your career. You know what I'm saying? so I'm like, don't say that word. Don't say that word. But
no, it's cool.
Yeah. So I just feel like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what it is, man.
But no, but you're right. You know, people always like. I do a lot of. I did car vlogs a lot because I was working second shift at work. So I'd speak about random things that I was thinking about while I'm going to work. So some people agree and some people don't. And it's like the way people be trying to go off, I'd be like, all right, well, I got to say it the right way, because a lot of people know that I do promote, I book, and I wrestle, and I watch the product. And sometimes I'm careful about how I say something, because I can disagree with you and kind of treat you low key, but do it in a respectful way. You get what I'm saying? So some people call me closed. One person called me closed-minded because of a video I made. And I'm like, hey, I disagree respectfully, yada, yada, yada. You know, I don't have to try to get a crowd behind me. I don't have to screenshot it and disrespect somebody. Because like I said, everything I do, that reflects on me as well. So even if this person is really bad and messed up, and then I say something really bad and messed up to them, that could make somebody not want to come to a show.
Yeah.
It's a part of investing. And that's another gem. Investing is not just putting money into yourself. It's how you carry yourself as well. I don't just say I'm a wrestler. I say I'm a professional wrestler for a reason. I'm not talking about pro as in salary. I'm talking about how I carry myself. Yeah. And just because somebody disagrees with me, that does not mean I got to straight treat them and you know, but you know, nowadays everybody wants to be entitled to say that, but there's consequences for that. So,
and I will go ahead and say that, I'm guilty of that in my younger years. You know what I'm saying? Like I mean, I always kind of had this nonchalantness about me, you know what I'm saying? But really, I did care what people thought about me, you know? And regardless if that thought or that opinion of me was true or not, that really used to bother me. And I would treat them accordingly to that, you know what I'm saying? Because of my own insecurities, or whatever their opinion is of me, I'm now reflecting that or deflecting that now off of them, because I feel like they wasn't thinking of me highly. You know what I'm saying? And that's not necessarily fair to do. So I would go ahead and say in my young years, I for sure did that. I did, you know. But
you a savage. You a savage for a reason, my brother.
Yeah, man. You know, I was raised by some savages for real out there in the trenches. Them people didn't know. That's
but maturity came in though, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I had to find it. It's not gonna fall in your lap. You know what I'm saying? No. One day you're gonna realize, you know what I'm saying, everybody ain't the problem. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's you know. Yeah. Sometimes it's you. You gotta look in the mirror, you know. So
I used to be the loudest in the room, even though people did me wrong. But people see what I'm saying and what I'm doing and stuff like that. So that gets me in trouble. And the other person seemed like to get off scotch-free. So that kind of thing is very important to say and do, even in wrestling. So it's just like, be careful about what you post, how you post it, and how you feel about the situation, because sometimes people retract and have to do an apology for it. I'm not stealing your gimmick, Martel.
And which is crazy though, because in his business that we're in, you know what I'm saying, kayfabe was just such a big part of this. You know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't know who was a jerk or not in real life. You know what I'm saying? Like, so
Yeah.
everything is so like skinned and pulled back now. Like, you have no choice but to address those certain things if you would like to be considered a at least decent person. You know what I'm saying?
Right. No, you're right. Yeah. I was going to do a behind the scenes for one of my shows, but then I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do that because everybody knows so much about this business. And I'm like, the locker room should be at least one thing we should have. I was doing stuff in Gene. We literally didn't have a locker room anyway, but let's keep what we do with us, because we need to have something to ourselves. And that's no disrespect to fans, media, vloggers, podcast. That's no disrespect to y'all. But on my thing is, I'm not doing the behind the scenes thing unless I'm protecting my locker room and stuff like that, because that's at least something that we just need to have. We got to have something. Just because everybody else and other companies and the major companies are telling you this and that, my real name is this, but I go by that, I'm not really angry with this person, or I'm a hug with this person. We ain't got to do that. And I'm like, I do it still sometimes, but it's to a certain degree. You know, we got to have something. We got something, you know, that's not for everybody to have. We worked so hard. We practiced, we trained, we did a whole bunch of stuff, got injured, got hurt, all of this stuff. And we gonna keep something. We gonna keep something.
Yeah.
Something. So I definitely understand that. I do want to ask one more question. What are some things that you don't like in the current in the current state of wrestling?
Ooh. Okay. Well, I don't.
Now tell me you got a list.
Well, we got there, huh?
Yeah,
you just go
well,
ahead, huh? Right.
Well,
so, well, you know, like, I seen you some stuff, you know, sent on Messenger or whatnot, like the things that just like, what? Like, cause you know, like, I'm a very optimistic person. Well, nowadays, you know, and I like to think that I don't know everything. So even if I'm like disagreeing with something, there's something in me telling myself maybe I'm just ignorant to it, you know? So like, me knowing that I haven't necessarily been in the business in the past 3 years or whatever, I felt like maybe I was missing something, you know? So like the stuff that some of the guys are doing now, for example, the what was it? The dude had him in an electric chair on the top rope. The guy jumped, did a splash, landed on dude, rolled off. The dude got up, picked the guy that was on the top rope on his shoulders, went back, and shoot the dude. The dude flew into the turnbuckle. Then the dude slammed. But you just took a splash from somebody that was on somebody's shoulders on the top rope. You know? So I don't know. It's just little stuff like that. I feel like, you know, at the end of the day, if we're supposed to be professional wrestlers, we still have to have the suspension of disbelief somewhere, you know, not inspiring athletic enough people to come in there and do what we do, because that's not necessarily what we're doing. You know, I feel like the point of us doing these acrobatic moves and 450s and all this other stuff is really now just to pop each other, opposed to entertaining and telling the story to the crowd, to the people who came and paid their money to see an actual show, actual fight between good and evil, or just the differences between good and good, or you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever the mixture or the formula is, they would like to see a story more so than you doing flips or how much stuff you can get in. Because at the end of the day, if they wanted to see somebody go flip, they'll go to the gymnastics gym, or you know what I'm saying?
Circus.
There's plenty of people that can do a double, you know what I'm saying, somersault better than, you know, your favorite indie wrestler doing 450s. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure they're doing a lot crisper, and they land on their feet. They don't belly flop, you know? So I'm just saying, like, at the point, I just feel like we've gotten so far away from what I feel like wrestling is supposed to be. to what people are just kind of just making up their own iterations. I feel like wrestling now is a subgenre of professional wrestling, opposed to being professional wrestling.
That's good.
Yeah. So
that's good.
And I don't want to seem like I'm like old school or whatever, but I guess I'll be that if that's how you want to socialize it or whatever. But I feel like what'll help us get back to that is if people started implementing the rules of professional wrestling back again. Like, I mean, no closed fists. You know how much stuff we can get away with, and like while working in the ring as workers, if we just obey the rules. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like for a good example, somebody who rarely used closed fists was The Rock. He always had the open hand joints going. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like when he balled that thing up, you knew it was, you know what I'm saying? It was a little extra.
Something serious.
It was serious. You know what I'm saying? So like if like the refs too, you know what I'm saying? You firing off in the corner, you're like, hey, open that hand up. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if we just get back to the rules of wrestling, it's so much other things we can play around with to entertain and do what we do, you know? And we're so far away from that, you know? No one cares about ring out counts anymore. The ref would just stop counting because they want you to get your next spot in. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's so much easier to work when we just obey the rules, because then you know what to do to piss off the crowd. You know what I'm saying? You know what to get the crowd riled up because they want you to follow the rules, you know? So you know, I don't know. I just feel like, and that's just one thing. You know what I'm saying? It's so many indie stuff happening right now that I can't even be upset that the main companies aren't hiring guys that's super indie, because super indie is really I guess that's what it is, super indie. Like it's a
genre too. It's a genre too.
Yeah, it's just really just not it for me, you know. And it's like masquerading around as professional wrestling. Like if I wasn't a worker myself and my son is old enough to go, you know, he's a wrestling fan and he wants to go to a local wrestling spot, and I took him to a local wrestling spot expecting to see something similar than what he sees on TV, and then all they're doing is the stuff that I just aforementioned, you know what I'm saying? I would be upset, you know. So to me, I don't necessarily consider that true professional wrestling. I believe that to be something with the mask of professional wrestling. And that's fine if that's what you want to see and that's what you want to do, but I just feel like don't masquerade around as professional wrestling, you know?
Yeah. No, hey, look, I've said it so many times, and it's like, and I want to reiterate myself that we're not talking about if you do a flip, you're not a wrestler. You know, some people are going to take this, you know, some people, but usually it's special when it's a division or a few people doing it. But when you have people my size doing it and stuff like that, it's not special. When you have people on top of somebody's shoulders for a dive out and people really looking up, they really stop fighting.
I would say this, if you don't mind. Okay, you just said somebody your size doing it is not special. I would have to say that I disagree. I would say somebody your size doing that every once in a while is special. Now, if you did it every night, or you know what I'm saying, like
that's what I meant. Yeah, but you're right. That's what I meant. Yeah.
Or like, you know, it's a lot of athletic big guys, or like I have a problem with people not watching each other's matches. Like I'm not gonna care if you just did I guess a suicide dive or whatever, because I just seen 2 of them in the last match. You know, why should I care and be excited that you can do it too? You know, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen it already, and low key, this guy did it better than you. You know what I'm saying? Like, so now we're at a point of you risking your body for no reason, you know, because I'm not enjoying it as a fan. You taking it, I'm on the outside taking your dive for no reason because no one's popping for it, and you just jumping because you want to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's when you're putting yourself over the whole point of you even being there, which is to entertain the fans and work with your partner. You know, like so. Yeah. It's just a lot of things like that, and I'm tired of the super kicks. I will go ahead and talk all day about the super kicks. I don't care if I get in trouble for that. I'm so tired, boy. I am tired of seeing people smack people in the face with super kicks 3 seconds into the match. that's blowing me right there. Like, I understand if you're doing combos or whatever, like that's even a little touchy to me, but I'll let that slide. If you're doing combos, yada yada, boom, 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 whatever. But come on, dog, don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you trying to tell me, hey, all right, so to get on the match, man, I'm thinking about going crazy. I think right out the gate, boom, I hit you with the super kick. You feed out, yada yada yada. I'm gonna stop you right there. I'm gonna let you hit that super kick, but I'm gonna feed out and I'm gonna lay there for a second, collect myself, you know? Because if somebody has kicked me in the face as hard as Shawn Michaels was kicking people in the face, I'm not finna go powder out and collect myself. I'm finna go out there and be like, oh my God, this man just kicked me right in my face. I need to reassess some things. We're not going into the next spot. It's not happening.
No, it's a Dragon Ball Z spot, a DBZ spot. Yeah, I'm gonna hit you.
And that's cool. It's a lot of that culture, and I love anime. You know what I'm saying? I love Dragon Ball Z. I'm a big Dragon Ball fan. It's a lot of that culture, nerd culture, geek culture, cosplay culture, whatever you want to call it. It's a lot of that being integrated with wrestling, pro wrestling, but I feel like there's ways to make it work instead of you completely merging it into to the point where you feel like our human bodies are supposed to be these arcade game characters doing this. You know what I'm saying? Like,
good point.
That's
good
a
point.
lot of, you know.
Good point. Yeah, it's just like, the Dragon Ball Z game, like if you hit somebody, or even on the show, you hit somebody, they go through the mountains, break the mountains, and then all the smoke, and you think that that's it. But then eventually they coming back with another move, or they powering up.
For a while now, we know somebody go through a
mountain. Yeah, so yeah. so with that, it's like, no, and I see it. It's just like how you duck punches, how you duck kicks, how you duck the sweep, how you jump over it, how you do this stuff, how you flip. Now, there's a time and place for everything, but when it looks too choreographed, when you're looking at the guy and then the guy actually stops so you have time to duck or something, it looks obvious. It looks like you guys are choreographed, and that's like the worst thing. You're supposed to be choreographed and not look choreographed, if that makes sense. And sometimes those kind of things, they take away. I'm looking at it, I'm like, this doesn't look cool. The line that you threw didn't even look like he was actually trying to hit him. It looked like he was going over him, so he had time to duck. For spot. Like you said, let it register. You gotta let it register. When I go to the store and I go to the register, especially at Walgreens, it takes a long time. That gives me an emotion. That's what you have. Exactly. That's what you have to do when you take a big move, like a super kick, a big boot, any strike to the head, dang near, a single punch to the face, you can register. You don't always have to do the straight punch, the Rock and Stone Cold thing. They did it well.
And these people, you can tell, have never really been punched in their face for real. Yeah. Because like, there's no way. Like, I mean, like you know what I'm saying? At a reaction, you know what I'm saying? Like, depending on somebody punch you, you got time to be like, man, I'll knock you back out. But if somebody gold member kick, you know what I'm saying, me in the face, I need to register that. That's not no normal, you know what I'm saying? Just a little hit, a little swipe to the face. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, just kick me in my face. You know?
Right, but can you imagine back in the 80s and the 90s, everybody hulking up? They call it fighting spirit now. So it's like, I'm gonna hit you with a destroyer and you just gonna get straight up.
Everybody has spirit, but they ain't got no type of like character to it. That's what gets me. Like, why do I care that you're getting this power buff out of nowhere all of a sudden? Like, you haven't shown any type of charisma or anything that they indicate that you have this. We just supposed to pop because you're going, like, right. There's no story, but like, I can see though, if you built up to that and there's like some type of backstory, or you've kind of been showing that you have this side to you the whole match, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then there's that point. But like, if you have nothing in the match, has just been this the whole time instead of this, there's no reason for you to get in fight spirit all of a sudden just take off like that. There's no reason.
Like, how did you think, if you didn't work the crowd and get the crowd behind you, what make you think screaming or not selling something that's going to get everybody behind you? I think, and I tell people all the time, this is awesome chants and fight forever chants. Those are dope. Those are awesome. But usually when those happen in matches, by the time the fans go to the car, they forgot why they was even saying it in the first place. Yeah. It's not nothing that sticks to the ribs because it's no emotion. if every match has a "This is awesome" chant and "Fight Forever" chant, they're going to forget something. I hate saying it like that, but there's orders that things are supposed to do. It's certain orders. You have a good match opener, then you have a hot main event. It's all supposed to work together. You get what I'm saying? It's okay. You don't need a Dragon Ball Z fight. You don't need them kind of fights, them anime fights and stuff like that.
Perfect example, bro, is Roman and Logan, what they just did. Perfect example, you know?
Yes, sir.
Like, I mean, of course, you had your bells and whistles, like, you know, the table spot, and I guess his brother or whatever running out. But other than that, you know what I'm saying? Like, they need that. Like, who's Logan Paul to Roman, really? So, of course, you're going to need a little bells and whistles for, you know, the handicap for Logan, you know? But, but they didn't do, I don't think I've seen one flip at all in that match. Or I seen maybe an attempt at one super kick, you know what I'm saying? That I think Roman blocked, you know what I'm saying? It was old school, like it was technical professional wrestling, like basic, you know, it wasn't super technical on the Bret Hart level or anything, but you can definitely see the old school influences, the training or whatever that he claims that he's gotten from Shawn Michaels and all that. You can clearly see it with that universal spot with the, you know, I think it was the headlock, tackle, drop down, leapfrog. That spot, you know. Just I don't even know the last time I've seen that, like even done to that degree. You know what I'm saying? That crisp, that clean, you know. And then it made it seem like because Logan got that training and he actually had a chance at beating Roman over a professional wrestling match. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, so that's because he trained in professional wrestling. He didn't have to train in Dragon Ball Z with Master Roshi and them. You know what I'm saying? He trained in professional wrestling. So that's what gave him a chance against Roman. And that was what was displayed. And I think that gelled together so perfectly.
Yeah, they, you know, regardless of the aesthetic of the match, the foundation, I want to say that they didn't really do everything the same way, if it makes sense, except punches, like the Superman punch thing. But other than that, they wasn't going, I'm going to kick you, I'm a super kick, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. People had something different and it worked. Even if it wasn't in Saudi Arabia, even if it was over here, it was a match that people would have loved and they would have enjoyed. Because like you said, wasn't a flip, wasn't nothing. I mean, they had crazy stuff. They did have crazy stuff. Yeah, but it was their own thing. You get what I'm saying? Nowadays, people look at stuff and say, hey, I'm going to do this. And not only am I going to do this, I'm going to run this to the ground. And that's the problem. If I'm looking at something going viral, I'm probably not going to do it because I'm going to stand out because I know that everybody else and their grandma going to do it. So I'm like, I'm not going to do it. Sammy Guevara and Cody, they had the ladder match, Cody's last match. Sammy did that perfect cutter off the top of the ladder to Cody, like he jumped. Beautiful thing. That weekend, that's all I seen. People trying to do cutters and stuff. I saw there was somewhere, I forgot who it was. Two people. One person was acting like they was about to dive on the people on the outside. Mind you, the crowd was looking. The wrestlers was looking. So as soon as dude dove, the other guy came out of nowhere and tried to catch him in a cut, and it looked crap. Didn't even look good. That's what I'm saying. Running things to the ground. And that's just one. So I can imagine what else happened. You know what I'm saying? So, like you said, people don't look at people matches sometimes. And I can understand some people don't have time because they're talking over their stuff. But when I have time, that's what I do. There are plenty of times where I've seen something like, hey, something got to change. Because the crowd will be like, again, I think the worst thing to do is insult fans. And we talked about this before. It's when you insult fans. When you think that every emotion is good and it's not. When you insult somebody, they're not coming back. You get what I'm saying? If I paid all of this money, if I paid, let's say $20 for a show, I don't want to see the same show, same match 6 times. By the third, dang near the second time, I'm gonna be like, oh my God.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh my God. I'm not coming back. I'm gonna stay here now because I spent the money. And I'm not gonna get my money back.
He spent it.
I spent the money. I spent the money. You know what I'm saying? I spent the money. I spent the money. But I'm not coming back. And that's what happens. You see a lot of people start shows, they have a good crowd. And then eventually that crowd dwindles because they're doing the same thing over and over, the same matches and stuff like that. And some fans want something different. That's why at one point, and even now, some people wanted AEW to succeed and do all of that stuff because they were tired of WWE doing the same thing over and over. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it was a stage, Steve. Shout out to you, Steve. But that I understand, bro. It, like I said, when I see it, I share it most of the time, and sometimes I don't because some of these people, it's like, is it worth just saying it? Like, they know that stuff was bad. They know it was bad. Like, there's no way it's shared and you want to, you're proud of that. But like I said, it's all about being viral. I talk about the guy that jumps on top of spikes and microwave superhuman or whatever.
I'm probably not the guy to talk to about this, Dan, because I love those videos. I be
Look,
crying laughing at those.
I watch them. I look at them. Yeah. No, I'm going to say that if I'm scrolling on my timeline and this dude wants to jump on some green toy soldiers, the small bucket of green soldiers, or Jax, the ball, Jax with the spikes.
Yeah.
I'm going to look at it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to look at it.
Yeah.
I am going to laugh. I'm going to shake my head. I'm going to live my life. But when he got booked, he get booked for shows now.
I don't think I knew that.
He got booked for a show. I don't know if he get booked for more, but he was basically jumping and diving on wrestlers through the table. So you know what I'm saying?
I gotta see a clip of that. I think I would love to see that. Did he get a good pop?
Yeah.
Good. I would have been
super but even the guys at Walmart. Now I've heard a couple of them are actually wrestlers. They actually wrestle. But they go to Walmart, they do these stunners, spears. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of that. Man, but this is y'all contributing to the reputation of Walmart. That's why everybody want to go to Target now, because it's people like y'all doing 3Ds off the shelf through foldable tapes.
But everybody do pranks and stuff in Walmart. You get what I'm saying? But now y'all
I got time for that, man. I'm just trying to go in here and get these waffles.
Right. Let me just jump off the aisle and put you through a table I ain't paid for.
Man.
But
they wouldn't have it at Target. And that security guard would be up on them so quick, boy.
Yeah, but you get what I'm saying? So yeah, it's like I definitely understand, because some stuff, a lot of it is repetitive. And one thing I do want to say before we go is you brought up a good point. You said that this wrestling seems like a subgenre of professional wrestling. So that means it's a fad, it's a trend. It might not last long. It's waiting for something else, death matches. Everybody want to do death matches now. A lot of people, it's on their bucket list. It's not on mine, but a lot of people want to do death matches because of Nick Gage and what he does in GCW, and then what he did when he went against Jericho and him and Moxley's feud and stuff like that. So now I've seen people I would have never thought did it. They winded up doing it. You get what I'm saying? So it's just like, if it's popular and if it gets you booked, some people will do it. They'll compromise their health. We compromise our health all the time, like I said, with everything that we do. Some more than others, because some people deal with other situations that people don't, others, but it's just one of those things to where it does seem like a fad, a trend. And eventually it'll be something else. Hopefully professional part of it comes back and it's popular and it stays how it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like everything will be fine once somebody just implement the rules. Then the workers wouldn't have no choice but to abide by the rules. This literally, I feel like it's that simple. I feel like
I think so. Somebody put their foot down. Referee, count to 10. Mm-hmm. If they don't make it, it's a count out. It's a double count out.
And then you have so many, I feel like, veterans and stuff back there in the locker room. I feel like they really should be telling these guys that, hey man, you shouldn't be starting no match off with no destroyers and super kicks. And you know what? And who am I to say that? I'll say this: you shouldn't be starting that stuff and doing that in the beginning of a match without some type of story. You know what I'm saying? Because there's always a way to do it. There's always a way to do it. But I would say don't do it just to be doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but some of those vets, they don't come back to the shows because they feel disrespected because the guys don't want to hear what they have to say. When you had
that's true too.
When you had Adam Page go public and say he don't take advice, people was mad at Page. I think he was
him though.
But he ain't the only one who do that. I've seen guys argue with vets I did this because the crowd love it. Oh, well, this is what I did. The promoter said that was fine. That's it. The old school way is stupid. It's old. Get out. And I understand now why the older guys wrestling was more taken serious. You know, people make fun of Undertaker talking about they had guns and weapons and stuff, but that was livelihood. And they literally had to fight to eat. Now people are making a mockery of it. And if you put so much time, blood, sweat, and tears, injuries, and possible deaths from other people that you loved, yeah, you're going to be mad. You're going to be upset that somebody is mocking this stuff. You know, you're not taking it serious. You're laughing. You're going against kids. Certain things work with certain aspects. You get what I'm saying? But when you turn around and make a mockery for it, I understand why some of these older guys or gals, they don't want to come to a wrestling show because they don't enjoy it. And I feel like I am like that when I watch certain things. And I'm a fan of a lot of people. And I'm like, man, as soon as I see them do something crazy, I'm like, oh, come on, y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I understand.
Yeah.
But I'm going to let you go. But before that, closing thoughts.
Oh, you asked me if I have some closing thoughts?
Any closing thoughts? What do you have anything lined up? You have anything you want to say? Somebody's birthday or something?
Well, my son just turned 1. My wife's birthday is on Thanksgiving.
Happy
My
birthday.
birthday is on the 13th. So we
Happy
got
early birthday.
Yeah. So I expect a whole bunch of gifts from everybody that's watching this, that's going to watch it. I expect millions of dollars from everyone. I mean, I know a lot of y'all don't have $1 million. Like each person don't have $1 million, but like if y'all win your mama's purse and got like $20 and then sent it, I think we can get to maybe $1 million. You know, so if y'all can do that, so you know that'd be cool. I'm playing my cards pretty close to my chest though, as far as my return. So just know that that's something that I never. Not once ever, like, not thought about. There's always been the plan to come back. Ever since I left, the very first time, I'm talking about before I got back in there to work with Stone. Like, I have been salivating at the idea of getting back in there. You know, I just trying to make sure that a lot of things are lining up right, so it can be the right moment. You know, so not just for me, but for all of us. You know, so that's what that's what I mean by I'm picking and choosing. So.
Man.
So I'll be back soon. That's for sure.
I'm definitely looking forward to it. I'm glad that you spoke with me. Like I said, I'm going to do more interviews, but you were like one of the first ones because we talk about like a lot of stuff. And lately we've been doing it. We've talked about some certain things. And I'm like, you know what? I want people to hear what he has to say because he has a lot to say, good and bad. And I wanted people to get to know you because this is the perfect time since you're coming back. So I want people to look at this and reflect. And, you know, if they don't watch it right now, they can watch it a couple weeks or whenever they want to, and then they can understand like some of these guys, these younger guys and stuff like that, they take this business serious. You know, it's not, I'm going to just do this because everybody else is doing it. Or, you know.
I'm a for real student of the game. I would like to think I want as much knowledge from the OGs as possible, you know.
Yeah. So you know,
one of those guys that carry that on for sure.
You know, you were one of those guys would be like, you was a hothead. I love you, but you was a hothead. And
dang, he gonna say it.
I'm being. You
out on your. You got a podcast now. You tell
you my brother, bro. Hey, look, bro, you my bro.
I know.
You my tell the truth, shame the devil. But I've seen you mature. You get what I'm saying? And then it's like I saw where the anger was coming from. It was a lot of things that you was fighting with, and there was a lot of things like, hey, I take this seriously. This person isn't taking it seriously. Why is ABCD happening to this person and EFG is happening to me? Yeah. Hey, I need to talk to somebody about this because I don't like how this is adding up. This isn't right. Hey, I need to take a break. I hate that I have to take a break, but I have to. So it's just like, I understand. And as men, we always go through a lot of stuff, and sometimes people don't see it. And like you, very hungry for the business. Like I could just see it in you, bro. I could just see it in you that you care for this business. You can't wait to come back, and you want it to be something serious. But like I said, I just wanted people to see you and hear you because you are not just one of these young guys that's just trying to hurry up and get a quick buck. You're trying to invest. You're trying to make a name for yourself. You made a name to me, and you're going to continue to do that. Martell said, coming back to Chicago.
I mean, it ain't no reason to, dog. Ain't no reason. Give me a reason, I'll think about it. But no, Chicago always gonna be home. Like for real. Like I still got family out there. Like my dad's still there. You know, my sister's still there. You know, like I have family still there. You know, like that's where I grew up. That's where my roots at. I'm gonna always come back home eventually, but ain't no telling exactly when. But if you're talking about as far as getting booked out there, I'm taking. Well, not right now. I'm not taking bookings, but when I am taking bookings, I'm going wherever the business is, brother. And I think you understand what I mean by that. So
yeah. So
yeah.
All right, yeah. I'm definitely trying to bring you back whenever you're ready. We got to make sure everything.
I mean,
is
I
lined
definitely
up.
got some unfinished business there. Like I said, I was looking forward to working with Stone more. Actually, you know?
Stone. Yeah.
I wasn't expecting to be on this hiatus for this long. But like I said, I have some unfinished business with him. That he's holding a championship that I feel like I deserve. Like at the end of the day, he's champion because he's been beating everybody there, but I beat him. So what does that make me? You know. So there's a lot of things that I feel like we got to circle back to. So I mean, pick up your phone when I'm ready.
Yeah, that's funny because you know, there's another guy who actually is going against Stone, Marcelo Spade. So they're doing the best of 3 match 1 in January. So we will see because I think he feels the same way, but I know that he feels like he might be the one to take it before you get to him. So
I mean, it doesn't. This is not gonna turn into, you know what I'm saying?
No, yeah.
It's not gonna matter who got it. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like I deserve to be champion. You know what I'm saying? Tony Khan made an interim, you know what I'm saying, championship for his, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like if I had maybe held on maybe another month and I could have just, you know, swept Stone underneath the rug, had the championship, and maybe he could be the interim urban champion right now. Or maybe Marcelo, maybe he can be the interim. But like, we could just pretend that they're the interim because we all know that I'm the real champ. That's basically what I'm saying. So it doesn't matter who's gonna be the champ when I get there. They're the interim champion.
But yeah, if you guys that's in the chat, if you guys haven't, I recommend to watch Aaron Stone versus RK Savage. It's on the C3 Ultimate Wrestling page. Very, very great match. Very good match.
Right. Everybody watch it so y'all can clearly see what I'm talking about.
Right. It was a very great match.
Yeah, it was great. He's a great competitor. He's great. He's fantastic.
All right. So
but I won.
Yeah. But I want to say thank you, my brother. I love you.
Love you too, man.
I appreciate your time. It's good to see you, man. We've been texting, we've been messaging and stuff like that. Like I said, wrestling, kayfabe, and all of that stuff, it's sick, but it's not dying. And we have young guys in the game that actually care about the business. So he is one of these guys. So I did want to have him on to pick his mind about a whole bunch of things. So I hope you guys are having a good day. Everybody that's in the chat, shout out to you guys, the comments and stuff like that. This is Chris Classic. Let's take it home.